KDECradio.net. And we are about ready for the consolation semifinals in a quick moving match this afternoon. These will set up, of course, the fifth place finishes and the third place matches, and we just got the consolation semifinals and the placing matches to go here this afternoon at the Chris Flanigan Wrestling Invitational. We do have the updated team standings as of right now. Cedar Falls is your team leader with 177.5 points. Crestwood is second with 169.5. Dubuque Hempstead third, 154.5. Decorah fourth, 123. Central Ocator fifth with 33. Turkey Valley sixth with 31. And Riceville in seventh with 23 points here this afternoon. Cedar Falls with 8 wrestlers in the finals. Crestwood with 8 wrestlers in the finals. Decorah with 4. Dubuque Hempstead with 6. And Central Ocator with 1 wrestler here in the finals this afternoon. We are underway at 106 pounds consolation semifinals. Carter Russell of Cedar Falls and Chance Thornston of Riceville. And Brian Bruning of Decorah taking on Dylan Gottschalk of Dubuque Hempstead. David?
Okay, ready to go here.
And Gottschalk already took care of business.
Yeah, that didn't take long. Down and out for Brian Bruning.
Gottschalk in 21 seconds gets the fall, so Bruning will wrestle for 5th this afternoon. No scoring yet over here between Thorsten and Russell on mat number 1. And consolation semis, I believe, at 113 coming up here.
Oh, looks like they got me 120.
Or actually, it would be all the way up to 120 there. Yep. And that is John Gosling and Ryan Roth of Cedar Falls, an unattached kid, a JV kid.
Okay. Roth and Gosling.
Russell Thorsten has Russell on his back, and Thorsten for Riceville, who lost to millage, will get the fall in a minute 24. And up at 120, Cedar Falls gets the fall.
Ryan Roth from Cedar Falls unattached pinned John Gosling, Turkey Valley. And right off the bat very quickly. And we're going to move on along.
And we'll have a 113 match coming up here on mat number 1. This will be Jacob Faber of Dubuque Hempstead, and this will be Gabe Penrith of Cedar Falls. These are consolation semifinal matches here this afternoon. These will set up the 5th place matches, the 3rd place matches, and at the...
I'm going to go to 26, where it looks like we have Cresco and Cresco.
Championship matches, of course, already set. At 26, you got Crestwood and Cresco, Slivka and Ellingston over there.
Ellingston and Slivka.
No score here at 113 between Faber and Penrith. Faber and Penrith at 113.
And it looks like we've got a takedown here by Cresco.
Yeah.
And
I'm assuming that would be Slivka.
Yeah, I think that's Hunter Slivka.
Or Connor Slivka.
Connor Slivka, rather. Yeah, Connor Slivka. A little darker hair here.
Yeah, Hunter down at Upper Iowa now.
Yeah. Connor has a takedown, moves in for a half Nelson. And riding pretty parallel on behind. Not much pressure on back there, and needs to get off to the side with it.
No score over here at 113 between Faber of Dubuque Hempstead and Penrith of Cedar Falls.
We've got Slivka moving into a cradle now, it looks like. Got the hands locked. And it's Owen Ellingson.
No score yet. Both men just sitting around working ties here at 113, and Faber and Penrith will go to the second period scoreless. Here in the consolation semifinals at 113, winner of this will face Caleb Connor for third, this 5-man bracket, so there will be no fifth place match here at 113 pounds.
And Slick up here is pretty dominant here. He's tried a number of things. He hasn't got the cradle locked up. He's got a leg in now. Been out the side trying to work a half. Now he's working a half with a leg. But period just about over, and looks like it'll end up 2-0. Looks like Slivka over Ellingson in this consolation semis.
Penrith starting in the top position. Penrith, a sophomore, with a now 13-7 record. He lost to Joe Kanoki in the semifinals, and Penrith going to be called for the full Nelson there. So it'll be a 1-0 lead for Faber of Dubuque Hempstead as we move forward.
Connor Slivka hit a nice Kelly there and took Ellingson down to his back. So he got another 2-point takedown. Started neutral. And right in the arms, pretty tough here on top in this consolation semifinal. And now he puts a wing in and goes around the wing and a wrist, goes around the head, and he's got Ellingson on his back. And it looks like we've got Connor Slivka going into the third place match. And 126 pounds.
And 1-0 the lead for Faber on the half Nelson called against Penrith when he was in the top position. Faber has not been able to get out, but the penalty point has given him a lead with 30 seconds left here in the second period.
I think we're going 132. We have Riceville. Looks like Jacob back from Riceville.
1-0 the lead remains for Faber against Penrith.
And Riceville, and looks like Wiedenbacher, Cedar Falls. There, how's it? Wiedenbacher, Cedar Falls?
Yep.
Here we go.
And we go to the third period. Penrith will start in the down position. He's trailing 1-0 because of the full Nelson call. He's able to get out against Faber. So it's 1-1 as we proceed with 1:52 left here in the period.
And Back was beaten first round by Tom Reichs, Turkey Valley. Wiedenbacher won his first round match, but was beaten by Reese Hodder from Dubuque Hempstead.
Penrith now has Faber on his back with 1:35 left here in the third period, and there's the fall. So Penrith will move on to the third place match as he wins by fall over Faber.
We had a shot by Wiedenbacher, but he got out of it, rolled through, and Wiedenbacher from Cedar Falls comes up on top. A little scramble there over Jacob back from Riceville, so leads 2-0. And Wiedenbacher, Cedar Falls on top of Jacob back Riceville.
126 now. Devin Stortz on the mat for Decorah. He lost to Blake Halstead of Cedar Falls 5-2. He's wrestling Judd Grover from Cedar Falls earlier on, from the Crestwood JV. And 2-0 lead for Stortz as we wrestle here with 1:35 left here in the first period.
Yeah, that's a that's a weight class where the top 4 are pretty darn good, but I think it drops off quite a ways after that.
Devin Stortz was the 3 seed.
We're at 132, and Wiedenbacher just looked like there was some scoring at the end of the period, but I don't think anything happened, so it's going to go in the second period 2-0. Wiedenbacher, Cedar Falls.
Stort's able to get a 5-point move and able to get the fall in 58 seconds on Grover, so Devin Stortz will wrestle for 3rd this afternoon for Decorah. So, consolation semifinals just flying by as we speak here. I believe we've got Tom Reichs and Matthew Fullhart coming up. Reichs won his first round match and lost to Chase Lenhart in the semifinals. Matthew Fullhart lost his first round match but came back and defeated Austin Dozark of the Crestwood JV in a minute 59.
Matt, number 2 over here, back from Riceville is down, and Wiedenbacher on top. Back did get to his feet. Working hand control, gets away for 1.
Tom Reichs gets the takedown to make it 2-0 Reichs as he tries to move on to the 3rd place match here this afternoon.
We have back in on a leg on Wiedenbacher. He's got the leg up in the air. Wiedenbacher kicking real hard, trying to get out. Back trying to trip him, and he does to the mat. So back gets from Riceville gets takedown. They now lead 3-2 over Wiedenbacher or Riceville.
2-0 lead for Tom Reichs, and Reichs will go with the optional start and let Fullhart up. So it's 2-1 lead for Tom Reichs as we wrestle with a minute 22 left here in the first period.
And you have to remember that Reichs did beat out Stortz down at Turkey Valley. He did pin him, and so Reichs is not a shabby kid, even if he is in the consolations here. Exactly.
Well, and he lost to another not too shabby kid in Chase Lenhart as well.
Yeah, so
it's a 4-1 lead for Tom Reichs. Trying to tie something up. Has the leg in. Trying to get control of the wrist on one stride. Trying to step over with 45 seconds left here in the period.
My man, I've got Wiedenbacher in on a takedown over back of Riceville to make it 5-3. Cedar Falls at 132. Consolation round.
30 seconds left here in the first period. It's a 4-1 lead for Reichs, but he couldn't keep the hold for the pinning combination there. 22 seconds left here in the first period. A 4-1 lead for Tom Reichs of Turkey Valley, trying to move on to the 3rd place match.
And we've got Wiedenbacher still with just 3 seconds left in the second period with a 5-3 score. Back from Riceville starts down here. Quickly gets to his feet. Time is out. No escape. So.
And 4-1 the score as Tom Reichs leads it going to period number 2.
And we've got Brock Wiedenbacher. Cedar Falls going down to start the 3rd period. This consolation semifinal at 132 pounds. Jacob Back from Riceville on top. And we get a caution on red. That's Wiedenbacher.
And Reichs in on a leg on a neutral start here in the second period. Fullhart does have the head locked and the arm locked up. Now let's grow the grip of the head. Fullhart still working on that 2-on-1 on the one side. Reichs reaches for a leg. Fullhart able to get the hips back. Fullhart still has control of Reichs' wrist. Reichs able to get out of that control, circle around and get the takedown. So it's a 6-1 lead now for Tom Reichs with a minute 8 left here in the second period. Now he's trying to cradle up Matthew Fullhart. He has him cradled up and he gets the fall. So a 3-minute fall for Tom Reichs, and he'll move on to the 3rd place match this afternoon.
We got Ed Wiedenbacher come up and get a reversal, but Bach from Riceville turned around and reversed him and turned. and now leads 5-7, or excuse me, 7-5. Back of Riceville over Wiedenbacher from Cedar Falls. Little flurry there, trading points, and Riceville come up on the long end of it.
So 138, we will move on to consolation semifinals. Ted Hilgerson and Caleb Phillips at Central Elkader and Dubuque Hempstead here at 138.
Cody Callahan, Dubuque Hempstead. On deck, man number 1, 152.
So Wiedenbacher actually leads now 7-5. They just traded points. As Wiedenbacher come up from underneath, scored 2. Riceville scored 2 right back. But Wiedenbacher ahead 7-5 from Cedar Falls.
No score here at 138 between Phillips and Hilgerson. Winners of these matches will wrestle for 3rd. The losers will wrestle for 5th.
There you go. Wiedenbacher rolls through, comes out, and scores 1, makes it 8-5. Wiedenbacher, Cedar Falls, ahead of Jacob Back, Riceville. And that's the end of the match, 8-5. Wiedenbacher.
So he will wrestle Tom Reichs for 3rd place this afternoon. And Back will wrestle Fullhart for 5th. So 138, we have a takedown here with Caleb Phillips of Dubuque Hempstead. Phillips with a 2-0 lead on Ted Hilgerson.
And we're going to have, it looks like, Cale Reichs from Turkey Valley.
Tom's younger brother.
Okay. Against, let's see, looks like we got Cresco here. Stefan.
End of the first period approaching here. Phillips leading Hilgerson by a 2-0 margin, and the first period will come to a close here in the CATSI semifinals at 138.
And we've got Cale Reichs in on a takedown on Garrett Stefan of Cresco JV. And Reichs on top now, leading 2-0. Reichs, freshman, with a 15-9 record. Garrett Stefan, Cresco JV. Reichs with the leg in now. A little bit down off to the side. Isn't quite as up on top as much as it needs to be. Stefan's trying to pull the leg under. Reichs trying to get the hips back up. And Reichs catches the leg, and they get out of bounds. They go out of bounds. And 41 seconds left.
A 3-0 lead for Phillips as he gets out quickly from the bottom position at the start of period number 2.
Reichs riding on top. Got Stefan pretty well extended down on the mat. Working with a tight waist and wrist. It's a cross wrist ride, I guess, underneath there. Got the wrist crossed. Reaching in through the crotch. Looks like he's trying for a ball and chain. He comes up over the head, puts head in the side, looking for perhaps a head in the bow and arrow cradle here. And they go out of bounds. And Garrett Stefan will go back down. Tom Reichs covers. Or Cale Reichs, excuse me, covers.
Phillips leading 3-0 over here on mat number 1. Leading Ted Hilgerson of Central Elkader.
It looks like we'll go neutral, start the second period. Choice was Stefan's. Makes for a bad shot. Reichs comes out, Cale Reichs comes up on top. leads 4-0 now, right? 4-0 lead for Kale Reichs, Turkey Valley.
Trying to move on to wrestle for third this afternoon. They're in the consolation semifinals. Cedar Falls was your team leader heading into this round. They have put 8 wrestlers in the finals, as has the Crestwood Cadets. Still a 3-0 lead here on mat number 1 between Caleb Phillips of Dubuque Hempstead and Ted Hilgerson of Central Elkader. As we go to the third period.
A little scramble over here. Garrett Steffen has kind of turned into Kale Reichs. Reichs still has control though. He's got Steffen's leg. And now he comes up behind, breaks Steffen down to the mat. Flat on his belly. Looks like he's coming around with a crossface, trying perhaps a rib city or a barbed wire. Steffen's kind of bellying out here. Now he comes over, switches to a half, but the arm slips through. Reichs through the crotch, breaks Steffen down. And it looks like Steffen's going to get a stall call on the bottom. Don't know. Official Pagel trying to make him a little more active down there.
A 3-0 lead yet for Phillips here. He's in the top position against Hilgerson on mat number 1. Phillips from Dubuque Hempstead leading with a minute 20 left here in the third period.
And we've only got 8 seconds left of the second period here. Garrett Steffen gets to his feet. Kale Reichs locks up. And they go out of bounds. And referee blows his whistle as time runs out. Looks like Reichs has his choice, or Kale Reichs has his choice. Officials say, let's go back, let's go on our feet. Taking him down. The chance he's had, so leading 4-0.
Phillips getting back points against Hilgerson now with 45 seconds left here in the period.
Nice.
Hilgerson back to his feet. It's going to be 6-1.
Nice head inside single by Kale Reichs for the takedown, leading 6-0 now over Garrett Steffen, Turkey from Cresco. It looks like he's got the arms tied up now, power half, and it looks like we should be getting back points from up here. Of course, Pagel should be a little closer than we are. Yeah, he's got him, and he's got the fall. So there you go, Kale Reichs.
Kale Reichs with the fall in 4:28. So he moves on to wrestle for third for the Turkey Valley Trojans today. Out of bounds, Hilgerson and Phillips go with 15 seconds left in the period. Phillips leading by a 6-1 margin. And Phillips with another takedown, and 8-1 the score, and Phillips will wrestle Kale Reichs for third at 1:38 later on this afternoon. So 1:45 going on right now. Alex Ward and Cole Christopher on your mat there, Dave.
Yeah. Alex Ward from Dubuque Hempstead. Lost a close 3-2 match to Ali Al-Mabouk from Cedar Falls last round. Put him over here on the consolation side. And, ooh, I don't like the twist of that knee. Denner's looking at it. He's moved down a little farther, and it's okay now, but he's got a head outside single. And Cole sprawls out of it. And so nothing yet with minute 14 left to go.
And in the Consi semifinals at 1:52, Cody Callahan of Dubuque Hempstead has just taken a 2-0 lead on Blake Courtney of Decorah with minute 39 left here in the first period.
Christopher dropped in on a head inside single, but Ward is wizard, and Ward's still holding the wizard pretty tight. Cole still has the leg up, and they go out of bounds. So it's 0-0 with 53 seconds left. Both of them forehead to forehead, Christopher and Ward. Christopher Decorah, Ward Hempstead. 37 seconds left. Christopher makes a shot, gets underneath. Ward sprawls. Christopher still underneath. Ward got a front headlock on. Power front move to a power half here. Christopher comes to his feet, controlling the arms. Ward tried a headlock there. Didn't get it. Christopher's locked up around Ward's back. Ward got the double overhooks. Christopher throws him to his back, and he's got point. Oh, no, didn't give him. Ward rolled right through. Christopher had him right on his back, but Ward rolled through so quickly that Denner didn't give him any control.
Cody Callahan now leading Blake Courtney with 42 seconds left here in period number 1 at 152 by an 8-3 margin.
Second period here, Ward starts down. Still 0-0. 145-pound consolation semis. Ward is set. Cole Christopher covers. Christopher's cautioned. Apparently didn't have his hand on the behind the elbow.
T-shirts available if you'd like to purchase.
On the whistle, Ward tries to wing the arm down, and he makes it work, and ends up on top for a 2-point reversal.
First period 8-3, Callahan leading Courtney here at 152 pounds.
Sit out by Christopher, but doesn't work, and Ward right now has a control of his head, and he should be trying to roll through, and he does. He rolls through and doesn't come up on top, and comes up neutral. And Christopher's up out for an escape. Now Christopher comes in a shot, but he doesn't grab any legs, doesn't grab anything. And Ward spins around behind for a takedown of his own.
8-3 the lead for Callahan as they stop the bleeding of Courtney over here on mat number 1 in the consolation semifinals at 152.
So we've got Alex Ward leading Cole Christopher 4-2. 58 seconds left, second period. Alex Ward, Dubuque Hempstead, 16-3, seeded third, 9th grader. Against Cole Christopher, 3-9, an 11th grader. And both men neutral position out here in center of the mat. Ward in on a leg. Christopher brings it back, takes it away from him. Again, a diving shot by Christopher, and right down to his head, and Ward is right around behind him, and as he comes around behind him, he gets an arm up behind the back. Now he's trying to go around the head and turn him. Has the arm up behind the back. Christopher comes to his feet, come out of bounds, and he gets the escape, and he dives right in on a takedown out of bounds, but the escape is all he's going to get, and it's 6-3 with 10 seconds left.
Courtney still trailing here at 152, 8-3. The winner of this will face Justin Kahn. The loser of this match will be done for the day, since 52 is a 5-man bracket today.
We're going into the third period here, the other 145-pound match. And Christopher's going down behind 6-3. Ward, Dubuque Hempstead, comes up on top. Ward covers. On the whistle, Christopher tries an outside leg stand up. Ward just stacks him to his back. I think he got the count. And he did. There's 2 fingers on Denner's hand. And so that makes it 8-3. Alex Ward of Dubuque Hempstead over Cole Christopher right now. And Ward is trying to turn Christopher. He's got the arm up on the back and a hammer lock. He's got a trap there. Kind of tries to reach underneath. Christopher comes to his feet. Tries to establish hand control. Does, and he's out. Makes it 8-4. Alex Ward over Cole Christopher. Right now, middle of the mat.
128 left here in the second period on mat number 1 in the Consi semifinals at 152. It is Callahan of Dubuque Hempstead leading Blake Courtney of Decorah 10-4.
And we've got Alex Ward, Dubuque Hempstead, 45 here, leading 8-4. Both boys head to head on their feet. Oh, nice high crotch there by Christopher, but Ward sprawls. Now he's stuffing his head. Christopher's head. Christopher still driving into him. Ward trying to hip in. Ward still sprawled. Christopher still driving. Ward's trying to hold Christopher's head down and kind of shoves his head through. Christopher comes up on top and still facing each other. Ward trying to come underneath him. Christopher with the underhook. Christopher with double underhooks. Ward grabs Christopher's legs and pulled his legs out from under him and drove him right to his back, and that's a slam.
Yep.
And so Christopher will get a point to make it 8-5.
Still blood time with Blake Courtney over here on mat number 1. East Trail is 12-4.
We're neutral on our feet. And that came under the rule of putting a man down with force with the upper body, his upper body first. And but the match ends 8-5 with Alex Ward over Cole Christopher.
That's at 45, so Cole Christopher will wrestle for 5th later on this afternoon. And at 1:45, it'll be Aaron Hoth of Central Elkader and William Getch from the Crestwood JV wrestling one another. And Hoth went in after takedown. Christopher trying to spin around behind him. Hoth trying to get back to his feet again. They're both boys scrambling real hard, and they're back on their feet and no takedown. It's one of those situations where if the referee had been overeager, it could have been 2-2-2-2-2-2. Who's ahead now? But it's nothing happened. They're both on their feet. And Hoth from Central Elkader, coming with 2 wins, 12 losses as a junior, but he got the takedown here on William Getch. Varsity kid versus JV kid, but sometimes that can be a little deceiving too, David.
Oh, yes, it can. Yes, it can. And you never know. Sometimes varsity has a pretty good kid on the lineup, can make these junior varsity kid pretty tough too. And Aaron Hoth got brought Getch back to his back to the mat, and riding pretty tough on top. He's outside now, trying to bring an arm through from the cross wrist ride, and trying to bring that wrist through underneath there and turn Getch's back to the mat. And he's done it now. He's got the count. And he switched to a half, a reverse half on now, and trying to bring the shoulders back to the mat, trying to keep the arm trapped so it doesn't get through. And Getch would like to get that arm through and turn away from him, but so far he's got a lot of weight on there. Can't get that arm between the chest. And time just about out. Time's out. And Hoth got the back points, and he's going to make it 5-0 over William Getch, a junior from Cresco, wrestling unattached JV. And Hoth, Getch deferred. Hoth goes down, and Hoth tries to switch, but he throws his arm over Getch's back, and so that doesn't work. And so Getch brings him back to the mat. He reaches up, grabs Getch's head, turns into him. Getch follows around behind. So we got have no score yet. Getch still on top.
Blake Courtney still trailing 14-6. Minute 43 left here in the third period at 52.
Getch steps over, still no points. There they are. Getch come up around the head now, and official Denner said that's 2, which brings Georgia 7-0. Aaron Hoth, Central Elkader, over William Getch, Cresco unattached. Hoth has the wing, and Still doesn't have the far arm though, so Getch is able to post and can't make anything of it. Now he gives up the wing, tries for the wrist, loses the wrist, now tries the wrist again, gets the wrist, and he's riding with wrist control.
Callahan leading Courtney 16-7. 1 minute left in the third period. We've had a lot of blood time in this match.
Hoth has his arm tied up, brings Getch to his belly. Getch gets back up to his base. Hoth moves around to the head, but gets a pretty good job of keeping his hips up off the mat.
35 seconds left here in the third period. It's a 16-7 lead for Callahan. They go out of bounds with 31 seconds.
Ten seconds left. Hoth still on top. Getch stands up. Hoth didn't come up with him, and Getch turned. Hoth still maintained control in the legs, but he broke that control and got 1 point for Getch and for an escape there. And so it's 7-1, Hoth over Getch, and they start in the neutral position.
20 seconds left here in the third period at 52. It is Callahan leading Blake Courtney by a 16-7 margin. "13 seconds left here in the third period.
We've got Hoth deep on a takedown, and then he picks up Getch, brings him to the mat. Working to turn him. Now he's got his back to the mat where he got at least two, but he's coming around and out to the side now. Needs to get a little more chest to chest. Now he kind of readjusts. Now he's got to step out of the legs. Hoth Getch tries to roll through, but Hoth catches him, reverses the half, and trying to bring Getch back.
And by the way, Callahan has just defeated Blake Courtney 18-7. So Blake Courtney's day is done, and Callahan will wrestle Justin Keim of Turkey Valley for third.
Getch did get his arm through, rolled out, so we've got Hoth leading 12-1, Hoth Central Elkader. And 44 seconds left, Hoth on top. Had wrist control, gave it up. Now coming on a spiral ride, broke Getch down with it.
And we're in the consolation semis here at 160. Chris Guest of Crestwood and Seth Fox of Riceville, and Guest of Crestwood with a 2-0 lead.
And Hoth riding pretty, got a spiral ride in now. Now he tries to tilt Getch. Cresco can't quite get it, didn't have it tight enough. And time's up, and it's 12-1. Aaron Hoth over William Getch from Cresco, so Hoth will wrestle Ward from Dubuque Hempstead for third.
Hoth will be the second highest finisher for Central Elkader today.
Yeah, is that the only two that have a chance to medal yet?
Yeah, I believe so. Kenny Orr, 220 is in the
finals.
Yeah.
We're going to clear up to 170 here on mat 2. And we've got, looks like Luke Dixon.
Yep.
And Luke is wrestling
Henry Tron of Dubuque Hempstead.
Dubuque Hempstead. He's the Dubuque Hempstead JV with the Iowa Hawkeye uniform, it looks like. It's gold, black and gold. Well, Luke got it to Luke. Went right in on the legs, got the takedown, looking for an arm bar. Working hard on top. He's got Henry Tran broken down. Now he's trying to get over the head. He's trying to get over the head and under the other arm for Hassman. Now he gives that up, moves to the other side. Now this is where Luke is the best, is up on top. And so Luke has got a lot of hip pressure on, keeping it, and Henry Tron has been so flat. Now he comes across with a Hassman. He's got it. Now he comes over across. They lost the wrist. So he didn't get any back points out of it, and Henry Tran has finally got to his knees. Trans tries to get up, can't do her. Luke brings him back down, keeps him extended lengthwise. Luke Dixon's got a lot of length, and working hard on top.
Chris Guest of Crestwood with a 9-3 advantage. He has his man on his back with 1:18 left here in the second period. Guest, the freshman for Crestwood, leading the Riceville kid Seth Fox. It will be Guest winning by fall in 2 minutes and 50 seconds.
Luke got a little careless there on top, trying to go for that pin, and Tran reversed him, come out on top. One of those situations where we just maybe trying a little bit too hard. And Henry Tron has a choice, and he's going down, which, as far as I'm concerned, is just fine. Luke's best position is on top.
Got to do the real job here for a second, David.
Okay. And in fact, apparently Tron on that reversal picked up 2 back, because he's leading now 4-2 over Luke. And Henry trying to make a little better effort to get to his base, but hasn't been able to. Luke's got him extended, and this is really one of those strange matches where Luke Dixon has been dominant the entire first period, with Tran looking like he had his belly button stuck to the mat, but yet the score is 5-2. Tran ahead. Now Luke goes in after a takedown. He's got a good head inside single, and he takes Tran to the mat, makes the match 5-4. Luke should win this match. Should win it easily if he just doesn't make any mistakes. Now he chops Tran's arm, but he falls to his own hip, but he recovers. And like I say, he's been having Tron in fear of getting pinned the entire match, but then again he kind of makes some mistakes, and Tron, like I say, back points out on one of them in a reversal. So right now Luke is looking like he may be trying a cradle. I'm not sure just what he's trying here. He's over the leg, and now he's up over the head. And riding tough on top. Tron is up on his base. Over on the other map, we've got Turkey Valley on top. That's the other 170 pounder. Eastman of Riceville. And we've got Sawyer, Turkey Valley. And Sawyer leading 2-0. Now we're in the second period, into the second period, 5-4 match. And Luke Dixon going down. And I'm sure the idea is to get away, get an escape, make it 5-5. And then because he's got the takedown. Tron done a pretty good job of breaking Luke Dixon down to his belly. But we've got an illegal hold. I think maybe Tron might have grabbed fingers. And so we're 5-5 and Luke is down. We're 5-2 on the other mat with Riceville leading Turkey Valley. Riceville, Clint Eastman, he was the second seed. So Clint Eastman Riceville is leading Tyler Sawyer, the 4 seed, 5-2. And Luke starts down. Tran covers. Luke comes up to a tripod, rolls through, comes up on top, gets a reversal. They're on their feet. Now Luke brings him to the mat, and leads now 7-5.
So we're over here at 170 pounds. This is Sawyer and Eastman. And the lead right now is Eastman for Riceville with a 5-2 lead.
Luke Dixon up on top now, leading 7-5. That's his best position. He's you know, he doesn't really have to try too hard to pin him. He's got a cradle on the near side. Oh, how? Yeah, now the cradle's broken. But he's got Tron broke down flat on the mat. Good place to leave him. He's coming across now. He's got a cross face and trying to lower that shoulder down to bring his, but doesn't get it. Now he's up on top way too high. Doesn't have the legs in. Bad position, way too high. Tron reaches through, grabs the leg, and turns into him. Tron's in a double leg position now. Luke is hanging over, grabbing the ankles, hanging on for dear life with 38 seconds to go. But Tron is in pretty good position to complete this double. Luke tries to wing him over, and he does. He wings him down and comes up on top, and he's gotten back points now. And this is a good place for Luke Dixon, and he should get 3 more.
Sawyer has gotten a reversal on Eastman, making it 5-4 with 25 seconds left here in the second period here at 170.
So we got 10-5 right now, Luke Dixon over Henry Tron, and Luke up on top, and 7 seconds left. And now we're down under 2 seconds, so doesn't look like there's any way that Luke can possibly lose it. And it's 10-5.
Eastman with the escape to make it 6-4 at the end of the second period here in the CAPC semifinals at 170.
And
obviously this round of competition means a lot. We'll get an update on the team standings here in a little bit once they roll through.
Matt's going to 182.
Cedar Falls is at 189.5. Crestwood is at 183.5. Dubuque Hempstead 179.5. Decorah in fourth at 132 right now. Cedar Falls and Crestwood with 8 in the finals. Dubuque Hempstead with 6 in the finals, and Decorah with 4 in the finals this afternoon.
And we've got Andy Lillerhoven against Kelby Reichs, Turkey Valley. And Andy's in on a deep shot, quite a ways away. Got his head between his legs on a head inside single there, but he's got to pull the single through. Reichs doing a pretty good job sprawling, and they go out of bounds. Kelby Reichs, 4 wins, 16 losses, a sophomore. Andy Lillerhoven, a freshman with 10 wins, 11 losses.
And he's just one of those kids, has all the tools to eventually get pretty good, just has to polish out some of the rough edges right now.
Yeah, he makes a few too many mistakes, some bad shots, and some poor decisions, but that kind of comes from being a freshman. But he's really got a nice build, tall, long, lanky kid, and he's pretty quick, very quick, in fact, and good balance. Good balance. I think he can go long. I think he can go a long ways.
Eastman with the 7-4 lead on Tom Sawyer, or on Tyler Sawyer here. Clint Eastman and Tyler Sawyer.
And Andy gets the takedown and leads 2-0 now. And he's got
and Eastman now leads 9-4.
Kelby Reichs pretty well broke down. Got his arm behind his back. He's out to the side. Arm up on the back in a hammerlock. Now brings it across. And Reichs has not made any move off his belly. He's putting so much pressure on. And now he got his arm over the head and put a little pressure in on him, and he's got him tied up pretty tight on his back. Reichs is trying to bridge out of it, but instead he slid across his shoulders. And they say time ran out.
And Eastman has finished the win on Tyler Sawyer of Turkey Valley by a 9-4 margin. So he will wrestle for third for Riceville. So let's move on.
I don't know how in the world he put the score up 3-2. And neither does Mr. Denner.
It should be 5-0.
Yeah, that's right.
Minor details.
There we go. So they have 3 up on the wrong side, folks. So 5-0, Andy Lillerhoven. And Andy goes down, starts second period. On the whistle, comes right up, tries to stands to his feet, trying to establish hand control here. And not getting the hand control. Reichs kind of comes in front of him, and that was a big mistake because Andy just takes him backwards right to his back. And makes it 7-0, and Andy's up over his chest pretty good. Wright's fighting pretty hard off his back, but I don't think he can get his arm through. And Andy adjusts this a little bit and keeps him down there. This should be over, and it is.
And Willigreven gets the fall in 2:34, so he will wrestle for third against Klatt of Cedar Falls later on this afternoon. And we are done at 195. It is Trendy defeating Peckham in a Crestwood matchup in 35 seconds. So Trevor Trendy will wrestle for third this afternoon over beating his teammate Sawyer Peckham. And he will wrestle for third against Daniel Ott of Decorah. So we're on to 2:20 this afternoon, and we will take a 10-minute break after this round of competition.
I'm still at 185, and we're looking like I'm looking at Race Willett from... No, I'm looking at Trevor.
Trevor Flack right now, it just got headlocked by Noonan from Dubuque Hempstead, and Noonan gets the takedown on a 5-point move. Now Trevor Flack has a bloody nose, so he goes to the corner and gets treated for that.
This must be Adam Rang.
Yep.
Unattached Hempstead. Deep in on Daniel Ott for the takedown. Yeah, Adam Rang, Dubuque Hempstead wrestling unattached. The junior against Daniel Ott, the sophomore. And Rang from Dubuque Hempstead up to nothing now, 49 seconds to go in the first period.
Yeah, I got a little ahead of myself on Trendy wrestling the winner of this one later on.
And Ott starts down. And Trendy riding with a deep waist. Ott, pretty good job of keeping to his base. Tries his first sit here, tries hand control, and he's got it. He comes a nice sit, nice hand control, and out for one. So it's 2-1. Adam Rang, Jr. from Dubuque Hempstead. Wrestling unattached against Daniel Ott. 5 wins, 7 losses, sophomore from Decorah. Rang made kind of a bad shot there at the edge of the mat as time ran out. Rang still leads 2-1.
And Flack over here at 2:20, still a lot of blood time. There was big throw. He's trailing 5-0, and he's still bleeding.
Rang chose down.
Flack and Noonan over on mat number 1.
Start the second period. Rang is set. Ott covers. Ott behind the arms, trying to drive Rang forward. Pretty good job. Rang still keeping his hips up, though. Got on, working a spiral ride now. Oh, he's got Rang broke off his base. Trying to get a wrist. Got the wrist underneath now. Rang gave him the wrist pretty easy. Rang trying to take it away now. Ott comes up high, tries to catch it in the arm, gets under it and whips Rang to his back. Got at least 3 near fall. Rang is rolled through. We still got the got the reverse half on. Looks like it's bent to Daniel Art's elbow backwards, but he brings it back around.
Nice.
And now he's trying to adjust chest to chest. Rang tries to go the other way and gets his shoulders put to the mat, and so Daniel Ott will go for third.
2:54 the time for Daniel Ott. Of course, he was one of the kids that got one of the key wins against Waverly earlier this year.
Yes, it was. He was behind someone like 7-2, and then he gets a fall. You know,
that was a
big swing. Big swing, you bet. He's a fighter. Sometimes he gets in trouble.
Yeah.
And he can get pinned, but he's a fighter.
Well, yeah, I mean, a kid like that with Daniel Ott, a kid like Luke Dixon, sometimes he gets into trouble, but Those are kids I'm never going to count out of a match.
That's right.
either.
That's right. They fight. You can't count them out. And match will generally be exciting. Don't know who but it'll be exciting. one way
or another. So.
That's right. That's right. And so here we've got Big Hareen.
And they're still cleaning up the blood on Odd, who now trails, or on Flack, who now trails 5-2 with 1:33 left in the first period. And big throw here for
Hareen from Dubuque Hempstead put looks like Jacob Knutson from Cresco unattached. Was that?
Yep.
Out, and put him to his mat back and pinned him. So
Hareen gets the fall in 24 seconds as Flack continues to.
And it looks like
10-2 with blood time.
It looks like that'll be Cole. Yeah, that'll be Cole heading this match for third.
Yep.
So. And Knutson will just end up with third. Or fifth, excuse me.
Yep,
fifth.
Five-man bracket, so no reason for a fifth-place match. So I can understand that, Matt.
Yeah,
so, 2:20, this will be the final match going on. Flack now trailing 6-2 to Noonan of Dubuque Hempstead. He's a JV kid.
But he had a 7-6 record.
Yep.
It's 8-3 right now. The neutral position, first period. And we're trying to fireman's carry there by Flack, but didn't really work. And Noonan come up on top for another two, making it 10-3.
.22 seconds left here in the period. Yes, there is one more match to go. It'll be Jared Knutson of Crestwood and Scott Kahn of Turkey Valley.
And there's two more back for Noonan. I'm on a tilt.
So 12-4 at the end of the first period. And it'll be the choice for Noonan, and Noonan will go neutral to start the second period.
And of course, at 2:20, we'd normally have Zidlicki, but he got, I think, a head banging last night, and
went through the concussion protocol.
Yeah, so he was out, but could have been a good tournament for him.
Yep. Noonan and Flack. And Flack ends up getting the takedown, so it's 14-4 with 1:31 left here in the second period. And a stalemate is going to be called. No more blood time for Flack. He has kept the trainers busy with the blood coming out of the mouth and nose area.
I see Tyler Rinkin's back, so Turkey Valley must be over.
Yep. I saw on Twitter the Viking JV goes 11-4.
Pretty good.
With 9 falls.
Better yet.
Exactly.
Better yet. I like to see that. Blood time, of course, 5 minutes long. And not counting the cleanup doesn't count. That's just the length of time it takes to stop the bleeding. As soon as the bleeding is stopped, they should stop the clock.
And the cleanup is done for the time being, so with 1:17 left here in period number 2. 14-4 the lead for Noonan.
Flack right to his feet.
Flack trying to get some hand control on the way up. Wasn't able to do it.
Noonan has a leg in, but Noonan's pretty high with that, and his hips are down. Bad situation. Now he gets the hips back up, takes the leg out, puts the hips back up on top. And looking like he's trying for a cradle. Flack's trying to get some hand control, break the hands, and come out and face him. Hasn't been able to do it yet. And Flack's got a point for the escape. Surprised I didn't see a stalling call there, as long as they were on their feet, and Noonan was just hanging on.
14-5, Noonan with the advantage here.
Flack again tries for a fireman's, and he gets it this time, and he comes up, misses the arm. Missed the arm for the back points.
14-7 the score.
Or the fall, but he's coming back. I don't think he's going to lose this match. He might run out of time.
Yeah.
But still second period. He's making a comeback, getting a little more confidence. Up on top now. Trying to pull an arm through.
6 seconds left here in the period. And it'll be 14-7 Noonan as we go to the third.
And Tyler Flack's going down, starts third period.
And now Crestwood is into the team lead, 190.5. Cedar Falls second, 189.5. And Dubuque Hempstead third with 186.5. So we're going to have a pretty good team race down the stretch
Yes,
here.
we are.
David.
Yep. And we got Tyler Flack trying to work out from underneath. Jacob Noonan working pretty hard on top.
And a stall warning now on Noonan as he was out pretty parallel.
And Noonan covers, but he doesn't have the hand on the navel.
And a caution.
Caution. And well, up into a tripod stance for Tyler. And he comes on up, working hand control now. Working hand control. And Noonan trying to take it. We get the hand control and we get out. That's funny how now Pagel, he doesn't call stalling when the guy gets to their feet like some of the others do, and that's fine as long as they're trying to take them down.
And you know what? It's 14-8. There's been 22 points in this match. It's not like we're lacking for activity.
No, it's not. No, it's not. And sometimes I think that calling too soon, calling the stalling for the guy that's behind, means that the guy that stood up doesn't really have to try to get out. All he's got to do is maintain his stance on his feet.
Yep.
And then the referee will hit him for stalling. The other guy lets him go. So, kind of a double-edged sword there.
50 seconds left here in the period. It's 14-8. Noonan with the advantage.
Tyler's move turned into it, but he's got his leg now, but Noonan's still on top. And looked like Pagel started to call a reversal and then waved it off. Now we've got Noonan with her up on top. I thought Noonan started on top. Whoops.
16-8 the score. Noonan leading with 15 seconds left here in the third period.
Escape, so 16-9, and then Flack drops in for a takedown, in for a head outside single, but he gets his head way down, and Noonan comes around on top.
And he gets to major decision.
18-9.
Level now with an 18-9 victory over Tyler Flack. So I think actually that is the last match because the Knutson kid that would have been on this side of the bracket injury defaulted
that's
in his
right.
semifinal match.
That's right, to Gremmel, that underarm spin.
Yep.
Rolled through and
So that's going to do it for this end of things. We got the 5th place matches, and then the 3rd and the 1st place matches coming up. We're going to take about a 10-minute break. We'll put down the headsets and be back with more of the Chris Flanigan Wrestling Invitational here at KDECRadio.net.